Insights with Terri Ep.200, a weekly look through the eyes of predictive astrologer Terri Ep.200. Here's Terri.
Hello everybody, this is Terri, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Ep.200. Thank you for joining me to explore together December the 22nd through the 29th, 2024. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Your time is a big gift to me, and I'm very grateful. On that note, I'm going to try to keep it a little bit concise so I don't take up too much of Charlie O'Brien's bites that he has to put this up on all of the platforms, and you, because we don't have a lot of time at Christmas. It just seems we're asked to be everywhere, torn in all kinds of different places, different things, so much to attend to. Now, when I look at that, the zodiac sign that's in the sun, which is the dawn, right? The zodiac sign that's dawning on us is in Capricorn. That's going to be on the 22nd. And Capricorn is one of those energies that wants to get everything right. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be right. It's got to be done right. Just watch that you don't put too much pressure on yourself and maybe not have the fun that you should be having and enjoying what you should be by worrying or stressing. Am I doing this right? Have I got this? Have I got the right cranberry sauce? So if you can, try not to let the pressure of that dampen the fun of the holidays and just enjoy the things that you can enjoy. And Mercury, the planet of the mind, how we think and how we communicate, that was in retrograde for three long weeks. It was a long time for me. I don't know about some of you, but boy, that was a humdinger. It sure was the gift of teaching patience amongst Murphy's Law. But that went forward. It went stationary and then it went forward direct on the 15th. Even though we're coming into the 22nd through the 29th, some of the sensitive people will still feel the effects of Mercury retrograde, which could be brain fog, slow processing, just things not working as smoothly as possible. And just leave yourself lots of time. Try to build some buffer around things that you deem are important. A stupid example would be if the people are supposed to arrive for dinner at your house at 6, try to be ready for 5, and instead of 5 to 6 like I do. Just so that you have a buffer that if something goes wrong, like the oven didn't turn on when it was supposed to and the turkey's not cooked, you've got a little bit of time to do some preps and trying to adjust to the Murphy's Law that can still be available to some of us. It's starting to resolve itself, though. And Mercury retrograde gave us a great opportunity at this time, as I said, to exercise our patience, to look at the obstacles that we were facing and what was it trying to teach us. I use dog training and bird training as an example. Every time one of my animals doesn't get it right or we run into a wall, I'll usually look at it as I'm supposed to learn something about the dog's behavior, the bird's behavior, and how can I make this successful for the both of us. So thinking outside the box is usually what the universe is asking us to do in this type of a scenario. Venus is still in Aquarius, not the best romantic place for Venus and Aquarius. So don't really expect too much in the warm and fuzzy department. You might get lucky, but if you don't, just know that it's kind of an independent energy, a little bit of a detached type of feeling. So if you're feeling on the outskirts or you feel that you are making other people feel on the outskirts, it's not unusual. Just see if you can incorporate some warm and fuzzy energy, not just with wine, but warm and fuzzy energy so everybody can be included and feel special and that they really are valued, and mostly listening to somebody does that. And then Mars, the planet of our drive, our passion, our energy, that is still going retrograde. Now, that's not my favorite time. It is a great time for reorganizing our goals, looking at them. What are we rushing forward to accomplish? But with that comes a lack of energy. It comes, do I really care about this? That's okay, I guess, sometimes, but as a dysfunctional person myself, I really like to move forward at 100 miles an hour with my hair on fire, getting this done and getting that done. And I'm supposed to learn during this time that your day, the happiness of the day, the success of the day, doesn't necessarily revolve around how much you got done that day. It might revolve around, did I stay in my sweatpants and enjoy the day? Did I watch the movie that I've been wanting to watch for a long time? Did I read a book? What did you do in the last little bit that you just thoroughly enjoyed, and you know for sure this is going to be a memory? This is going to be a very warm and fuzzy memory, and that's what they're going to try to offer us. Now, I'm going to warn you ahead of time with Mars being in retrograde is going to go on the, I think until the 23rd, it goes retrograde until February, the 23rd in February. But it also will go retrograde from Leo, which is that the cat going forward at 90 miles an hour with its hair on fire. About the middle of the month of January, that retrograde will go back into Cancer. There's a concern with that I have. Cancer is a loving, romantic kind of energy for relationships, for home, for family, all of that. Now, the challenge with that is if it's going retrograde, it could put a lot of pressure on our relationships, our really close relationships. So if you have friends that you feel like they're sisters or brothers, your own relationships, this can put a lot of pressure on that. If you can take a step out, a step away, and try to look at it pragmatically, what's going on in the relationship in retro, and what happened in the past, what patterns are arising in this, and how can I help this resolve or move forward or learn about it or be proactive in it so that I'm not behind the eight ball. I'm doing something that I need to do. And that's what you're going to be pressured into looking at your relationship. So it's going to take a real big place. If you're struggling with relationships now, it's going to, about the middle of January, first, second week, it's going to start to really put a lot of pressure on you. So I always apologize ahead of time. What I try to do is say, look, I love you guys like crazy. I know where the planets are going with this, and good gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I apologize ahead of time. Just know that I love you like crazy. You're so important to me, and if I mess up, please tell me gently, kindly, and with love in your heart. But please let me know so there's not resentment or that I'm not aware of what I'm doing, and it can help me and you to maybe look at things a little differently. It'll also open a door for good conversations. Now, I say that with understanding that in the middle of this week, the moon goes into Scorpio. And that's, I think, Christmas Day. Let me look. Yes, that's Christmas Day. That's a little terrifying for me. Scorpio is a very sensitive energy. It can be when it's not used correctly, can be resentful, can be dark. But it can also be extremely psychic and very profound in its understanding of the psychology of the situation. So we have a dichotomy here. Are we going to use it for good or for evil? And Christmas Day is always a pressure. So watch for lonely people. Watch for people that feel outside of the wall. Watch for people that are struggling with loneliness or sadness that maybe they won't show. Just be very aware of what other people are feeling. And if you think you're feeling it from them, then you are. And then just maybe offer a shoulder to cry on or an ear to listen. And then towards the end of the week, we may have some vulnerabilities on the liver, the hips, the thighs, the sacrum. If you're vulnerable in that area, try to watch what you drink. That's not liver friendly. And watch your joints, because joints could get quite sore during this time towards the pelvis and the tops of the thighs and the pelvic area. So just, and that sacrum right around the bottom of the tailbone. So just be careful. Also, when we're in an energy field like this, we could be more likely to fall, and the fall would be on the butt, which would be the sacrum, the tailbone. So just watch where you put your feet. The number 6 was given to us, and that's about choices. Number 6 is always about choices. Making it necessary to make the right decisions in the face of maybe some opportunities that are coming or just challenges. So we have to look at it. What choices are going to be yours, and what choices will you be facing? And a lot of times it moves around the comfort zone or staying in the safe zone, the secure zone. Usually the safe zone, the secure zone, the comfort zone doesn't teach us anything, but it's safe. It's safe. So you're going to have to decide, do I take a chance and be willing to learn something, or do I stay here and just stay comfortable and maybe not exercise any any of those muscles? Now, I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I'm hoping, I've got my fingers crossed that my dogs don't go off barking here. I have had issues with the dogs. The last, I would say probably the last 2 to 3 weeks, they are seeing things. Now, you may have that experience with your dogs or your parrots or your cats, where they're looking at the wall or they're hearing something and they go off just barking like somebody just bolted through the door. I will look and maybe not see anything. I might feel something, but I might not see anything, or vice versa. But they're definitely in tune with something. So something is getting the dogs restless. So don't get mad at your dog if your dog goes off barking and there's nothing there. Just go behind your dog and say, "Show me." So you're acknowledging the dog. You're not contributing to ridiculousness. But they are seeing something and they are hearing things. So I wouldn't discount them as easily or chastise them. I would say, there's nothing there. Come on over here. But if they continue looking at something, there's pretty well something going on. So you might want to just, kind of come to a compromise here. I did pull some cards, and just quickly, some of the cards that came up are about our physical reality, which is money, security, comforts, health, body. So there's going to be a lot of pressure put on our physical experience. Well, think about it. It's Christmas, it's New Year's, so the physical part, the material part, the organizing things, being organized, that sounds a reason that it would be challenging. But what we're supposed to be doing is looking at some of these things and letting go of some of the fear. The fear being maybe that it didn't turn out perfect. The fear being maybe that I didn't have enough money to buy the food that I wanted to, but it's going to turn out anyway. The fear of maybe not being good enough or not doing it well. So they want us to face our fears and recognize them for what they are, which is nothing really usually. Then the Ace of Pentacles came up, which is reward. So the universe is going to try to teach us by rewarding us. So the dog sits, he gets his cookie. The dog comes when I ask them to come, and I make sure I have a treat for them, or a ball, or a tug toy. I make it worth their while to do what I'm asking them to do. So the universe is going to do that for you. And in that vein, look at what the rewards are and see what the universe is trying to teach you. They're trying to get you past a roadblock that doesn't exist anymore. The roadblock is in our mind. It's an imaginary limit. And they're trying to get the people that are trying to evolve and evolving to recognize that this is an imaginary limit. This cap that we're looking at doesn't exist unless we give it power. It doesn't mean to be stupid, and it doesn't mean to go off and do some stupid things. It just means that we maybe can limit ourselves at times if we don't recognize the fact that we are more capable about things and can do things better than what we thought we could do. There's going to be some disconcerting energy around people in relation to ourselves. So a lot of people may present themselves kind of upside down to us. So just take a look at that and say, they're not making good decisions, they're not thinking straight, maybe there's a lot of pressure on them. How can I help? Or would it be better for me to just kind of walk away like a little rat scurrying to a shadowland corner? Or do I need to address this and speak my truth in kindness and love? But there's going to be people around us in the next little bit that will really ring our bell, and not in a good way. How do I want to handle it? Do I want to handle it with ego? Do I want to handle it to shut it down, or do I want to let it go? Do I just want to just not give it any power and ignore it? Your choice will be how that situation resolves. There's going to be a lot of obstacles that have been in our way start to evaporate. So the universe is going to lift some of the obstacles and let us kind of move forward. So don't let the obstacles that you thought you had still remain there. Because sometimes we just get stuck in a mind frame thinking that we can't or it's impossible. And then those obstacles become very, very real, and they might not be as real as we think they are, and it might be time to cut through some of it. All right, so I wish you all a very happy Christmas. I hope you all enjoy family and friends as much as you can, and a good New Year if you get a chance to maybe decide what you would like for the new year and make a goal, make a plan, and just see if you can follow the path, see what you would like for your life and how you can spend some time manifesting some things that you would like to happen for this new year that's coming. How do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself? What do you see in your life and the people that you love? On that note, I would like to thank Charlie O'Brien, who has put us on Spotify and Apple iTunes and Amazon Music Podcast, SoundCloud, and YouTube. And he's also created the website, www.terriworld.com. And he has archived a few of the previous podcasts in case you missed any. And don't hesitate to pop into him with his radio, the Big 8, the numeral 8, radio.com. He's got all the oldies, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. It's a wonderful experience. And his voice. Woo! Alrighty, so thanks again. You have yourself a wonderful week. Enjoy family, enjoy friends. Try to not get in a snit. Don't let ego erupt. And just enjoy everybody. Alright, have a good week, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Visit Terri's website at terriworld.com. TERRI world.com.